Good. Hello? Am I live? Are you sure? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the program. It is Sunday. It is me. I am here. I'm not in my usual locations. I am in Carmel. Oof, the altitude. California. It's up by the beach, but it's like foggy and it's all. It's okay. I don't. The view is beautiful, but I was looking out yesterday and saying to myself, why am I never moved by nature? I don't see a view and it never affects me emotionally. I understand it's beautiful. See, David there said Carmel is gorgeous, but I don't. It's a me problem. I'm saying it's a me problem. I'm asking, does anyone know what specifically the problem is with me? Is really what I'm asking. Let's get a look at these. And what else? If you have not already, please go do so. I urge you. I beg you. This will be, oh my God, my face is peeling. This will be a slightly shorter one today because I have to get on the road. But that gives you ample time to go watch, go like, go comment, go share the newest AEW with Komander, who was fantastic last night on Collision. He does so many things that people don't do. And certainly, perhaps one of our most underappreciated talents. Unfortunately, Alex Abrahantes was also there too, but you can ignore him. You can sort of crop it. He was wonderful. Learn about him. He does not do like any interview, so it was quite rare in that regard. Go watch, go like, go comment, go share. I also want to say that we're in California. This is the California Starbucks cup. They have these paper lids, and look at it. It's molting. It's melting. I haven't even had that much. Let's see if you can see. There you go. Not that much. Look at this thing's all wet. This whole thing's not gonna work. This is awful. I enjoy the paper cups, but this, guys, get the plastic lids at least. Let's talk to everyone. Dara said, good morning, my love. Sean said, hey, O'Cullies, good morning. RJ Massanity said, good morning, everyone. Darren said, morning, coffee crew. RJ, 2 questions. Did you get that translated, and how often are you microdosing? I got nothing translated yet. I trust Alex and Komander completely, and I microdose. I'm so afraid of it that I will microdose the microdose, and I'll just have an eighth of a chocolate and nothing happens. Mia said, good morning, beautiful people. David is here. Hello, friends. Missed you all. I missed you too, David. David, I spoke to Noelle Foley last night, Mick Foley's daughter, about your previous Christmas interaction with Mick. And we all had a good time. That's all. Red Dog said, good morning, RJ, and everyone. Nails said, hello, we are back. Miss you all. James said, good morning. Nails has been a member for 64 fucking months and said, happy cultiversary to me. I get a complete and comprehensive rundown of everything I've missed in the last 4 weeks. Okay, can I get a complete comprehensive rundown? Well, I've had to make my own gifts, and that's been an arduous process. We were in Toronto. There's a 0 hour, but it's different now. You missed a whole change up in the pay-per-views. So it was just me and Brian Danielson arguing for an hour about fisting. It's available on the YouTube if you do want to see it. And then what else did we do? And then we were on the tailgate, but just a little bit. We ran out there with really nothing to say. And our backs were to the ring, and Shibata was in a lot of pain. It was very uncomfortable for us. What else? Blue Meanie was on Hay. We were in Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a shithole, but I think that's what was sold to us anyway. So we make a difference. And then I had the best Italian food I've ever had at a place called Longchelot's in Philly. So that made up for a lot. But I think it's a shithole. So I was like, this place has to be good. I think that's the duality of man. What else? I really think that's it. You missed Wendell Clark and Bubbles at All Out. Both were delightful people. I'm not doing anything else. You've missed nothing, and now I feel bad about it. Nothing changes. I will say I have learned that This Tuesday is the last Tuesday in September. So I'm going to be posting my Ask RJ call for questions right now as we are speaking in the Key to the Cities members only post thread thing. Ask RJ. Ask RJ says, September 25 questions here. Go. And then you have until the end of today to do it, because I will probably record it tomorrow. Emmanuel said, planning to watch a Raymond Burr marathon, so Ironsides or Perry Mason worth a watch. I think he was drunk. Let me see. He was drunk somewhere. Let me look at the Raymond Burr filmography. Raymond William Stacy Burr. He also did a lot of other things. I mean, he was in Rear Window. He was in Godzilla, the early Godzilla. Where's the filmography here? Let me just run down the list. That's theater. I don't know how much Ironside you need. I don't think it was fantastic in its own, whatever. He was in Airplane 2, the sequel. Is this his filmography? Oh, okay. This is his filmography. I have to pay attention. I'm so sorry. There's a movie called Tarzan and She-Devil. There's another one called Gorilla at Large. 1954 American horror mystery film made in 3D. Stars Anne Bancroft, Lee J. Cobb, and Raymond Burr with Lee Marvin. Well, Rear Window, I would suggest, if you haven't. He was in Godzilla King of Monsters, and he played a character called Steve Martin. Another one called Please Murder Me with Angela Lansbury. He was in before Ironside, he was in a movie called Ride the High Iron. Fair in Havana, Desert in the Dust. Tomorrow Never Comes, you might enjoy. Because it's a British-Canadian crime drama starring Oliver Reed and Raymond Burr. So that's gonna be nuts. He's also in Out of the Blue, the 1980 drama film directed by Dennis Hopper, starring Linda Mans, Hopper, Don Gordon, and Raymond Burr. That one's good. He's also in, oh my God, never heard of this movie before, The Legend of Coontenai Brown, retitled Showdown at Williams Creek. But he was also in Delirious. Do you remember Delirious with John Candy? And he's a soap opera writer, and his soap opera comes to life, and he's got to go in it to get out or something. I've given you too many Raymond Burr recommendations. Darren said, there's not a thing wrong with you. Mia said, I was so messed up. My days, I thought coffee and underwear was yesterday. Prisma said, attention, everyone. This is not a drill. You guessed it. RJ forgot about Ask RJ again. No, I didn't. Nell said, you look chilly. I am chilly. It seems like it's hot here, but it's not. It's quite cold on the water. But people love the big trees. Miss Annie said, do you find that the quality of Starbucks varies that much from one hotel to another? So, I mean, this is Uber Eats. When you have a Starbucks in a hotel, it's usually a subsidiary Starbucks, and they don't have the full function and availability and quality control of an actual Starbucks. I can also say the same things about the ones in Target. They're not, I mean, you could ask all the questions. They're not qualified. They're like 70% of the way there. So beware. Christine has been a member for 49 months and said, please sing a jaunty tune to celebrate the return of Nails and Rob. What's jaunty? Pardon me, miss, but I've never done this with a real live girl. Straight off the farm with an actual arm full of real live girl. Pardon me if your affectionate squeeze fogs up my goggles and buckles my knees. I'm simply drawn by the sight and the sound and the scent and the feel of a real live girl. That's from my album Musical Perverts. And also on there are Oh Thank Heavens for Little Girls and You Must Have Been a Beautiful Baby. And Hey Little Girl, brush your hair, do your makeup. Yeah, Musical Perverts. It's my album. Mia says, ask me should do this Tuesday since I'm so behind on my day. Yes, you have until the end of today. After this, just go write your fucking thing. Write the fucking thing in the comments that I've posted. Watch the Hey Komander, and then you're all caught up. Doral said, good morning. Komander gave us a commanding interview. The interview is muy estúpido. Thank you. Sean said, Nails, happy cultiversary. What's up with the wall behind you? What's up with it? I don't know. It's hefty. There's nothing on the other side. It's not a drywall. This is a load-bearing wall. What's up with it? Red Dog said, Dollywood's favorite tourist, Noelle Foley. She means well. Nell said, I will sure catch up on the fisting first. Brian and I should not be in a room together. I think that's clear. Mia has been a member for 37 months. Good streak. My birthday month is almost over. Fall is coming. What made you smile this week? I'm in love, as some of you may know, with a man named John Dacre. And if you're not familiar with him, he was known, there was a viral video years ago, like E-Bombs World level, of a guy trying to sing and from some public access show, and he fucked up singing Amore. And he was a strange guy. He was a weird singer, and he forgot all the words. So I was in love with this guy as a kid. I was obsessed, like in high school. I was just, I probably watched that video more times than any other video in my life. And then every couple of years I would go back and go, this is the best. And I found the rest of that show. They have other singers and they're all quite bad. And it's a nice collection. Anyway, I followed this found footage festival thing, and they were able to uncover more footage. Decades later, they finally found another John Dacre video with the same woman singing one of my favorite public domain songs.
I'm John Dacre, and I plan to sing tonight. It'd be finer than to be in Carolina morning. Not to be sweeter than my sweeter when I meet her in the morning. If I had whispering pretty stories, I want to hear once more. With my girlie when the just put it in the morning. Roll with the golden twine. If I had the lights left on,
This is rubbing the lamp.
I'd make a wish. Here's what I'd say. None could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning.
I mean, at the end of the day, life is short, and this is a great way to spend it. That's what made me smile. What is there something wrong with him? What is this show? Why did he feel the need to participate in the show? Why does anyone need to hear him sing multiple times? Was there anyone else in the town that could have sung? Why those songs? There's also another video of him singing the Woody Woodpecker theme. So there's 4 songs. He sings a religious song, Amore, Nothing Can Be Finer, and the theme from Woody Woodpecker, which is not that singable. for this avenue. Christine said Wendell Clark. Well, he was great. He was a very sweet guy. My Sandy said, did you see cars parking in the middle of the road and on sidewalks anywhere other than Philadelphia? It's accepted there even if it's not legal. It's fucked because the roads, especially in the city, are narrow. And multiple times during the 3 weeks we were there, Ubers were like, yeah, you guys, I'm going to let you out here and you got to walk because I can't get down this road. That's fucked up. It's very European. Leo said, are you performing at that Saudi comedy show? Yep. Me and Sebastian Maniscalco. What's with all these comfortable chairs? Everybody in the front row's got the comfortable chairs. It's going to be good stuff. I'm excited. It's Rion season. What do you want me to say? David said, Christine said, David Arquette, what can I bring you next month in Niagara Falls? I should see if I can come see David. Speaking of Comic-Cons, I will be at the New York City Comic-Con. Let me pull up my graphics with my plugs. New York City Comic-Con, I don't know. This is like the 8th, 9th, and 10th. And St. Louis, go buy tickets. We are nearing sold out. It's me, Cole Cabana, Tony Schiavone, Tekla, Jeff and Karen Jarrett, and for some reason, Harley Cameron, the night before Wrestle Dream. It's going to be a hullabaloo. Miss Sandy said, have you ever seen the Christopher Reeve version of Rear Window? Do I want to? No, I already don't want to see it. This is post-accident. It was a TV movie in one of his final screen appearances. Christopher Reeve, Daryl Hannah, and Robert Forster. He was nominated. Oh, he won a SAG award. So he can't go anywhere. He's in his room. It was his first role since the accident. On the set, the actor reached a personal milestone, speaking without being plugged into his ventilator for the first time. You got to give a SAG award for that. This is the best. Rotten Tomatoes, 36% of critics gave the film a positive review. The results are decidedly mixed, but Reeves' performance, the real reason why people want to tune in anyway, is a winner. Reeve, even though physically immobile, does an excellent, sometimes wrenching job with some effective dramatic construction. Reeve has strong moments, good stuff. This is them going out, bending over backwards to praise Reeves, even though they have nothing else. Reeves' Rear Window isn't Rear Window at all, but rather the umpteenth character in the Christopher Reeve story. And it's great. So I don't think I need to see it. Red Dog said, when I hear the name Raymond Burr, I think of the 90s Got Milk commercial. That's perverse. Leo said, if they asked you to audition for the lead in the revival of Northern Exposure, would you do it? I'm in. I wouldn't even audition. I'm in. Dural said, Burr was also in Godzilla in 1985, again, playing the wild and crazy guy. It's just Steve Martin. Christine said, I'm so tired. I thought it said Caustic and Caramel. You may have seen Christine Adol out with a bevy of signs. Front row. There was a Feel the Wrath one that Harley grabbed. There was an Okada on Hay one, which I think was taken away by security. Mia said, I was at the mall, and there was I've lost my place. I've lost. I was Starbucks at the mall and also inside Macy's. Do we really need two of them? Well, I think the Starbucks at the mall is real, and the one inside Macy's is not. It's a subsidiary of Macy's, and they just have smaller things. So prepare yourself accordingly. Purple Fish said, Musical Perverts was my college a cappella group. Darren said, I want that album. Correction, I need that. We all love Musical Pervert. So Sierra said, sorry I'm late. My sister's getting ready to front poop out a sex participation award. Why can't you just say she's having a baby? Why can't you just say, my sister's I'm going to be an aunt? Mind you, I have 0 kids. Well, that explains it. And our mom is alive and raised not only her own kids, but 3 others. But she trusts you. She's trying to establish a connection with you. And you're in this chat avoiding her pregnancy. Nell said, had my first laugh snort. It's good to be back. Well, which, so happy that you've returned since the accident. And we hope rehab is going well. Christine said the plastering or whatever is uneven. It has a ripple in it. Well, this is the way they it's rustic on purpose. It's vintage. Vanessa is here. Said, hello all. Hope everyone is enjoying autumn so far. I want to stop and say hello. I met Christine in person last week at Mystery Wrestling. The mystery was I was not there. And she is sweet, a human, as you have all come to expect. We have a nice... real bingo card here of people running into people to fill things up. People were meeting at All Out. It's amazing what we've done. And one day I'm just going to ask you all to make a donation to my fund. And that's it. And then I'll leave. I won't bother anyone. Are you familiar with the Steve Austin tribute act, Even Colder? Yeah, but what you're not familiar with is that every area, I would say indie territory had their own version of that. So Even Colder is like the 4th or 5th Steve Austin ripoff I know. There was a guy called The Sniper, and he looked like him already. Bald, goatee, maybe an earring. You're like, okay, that's fine. I mean, certain people have certain looks, similar genetics, whatever. And then it's like wearing jean shorts and the Doc Martens and the black vest. What are you doing? And it's like, why would if I already like Steve Austin, he was very accessible. Why would I need more of it somewhere else? Hey, that guy looks like Steve Austin. I used to work at a bar when I was younger, pre-Splat-A-Lot. And they had a band come in that was a Rolling Stones tribute band. And I remember they were playing the music and they were good. I just remember somebody at a table, guy says to his wife, they really look like them too. And I'm like, is that the goal here? To convince yourself, to force your mind to accept that the Rolling Stones is somehow playing in this small bar? Is that what we're doing? I never understood the whole thing. I've spoken about this before. I was once recruited by an Elvis impersonator to be an Elvis. And I got frightened by it all. He was getting older. It's fucking sad if you're an Elvis impersonator and then you're older than Elvis when he died. Fucking 50-year-old Elvis. What are you doing? You got nothing. You have nothing to compare it to. It's really sad. Nell said, I'm in love. As some of you may know, the way I held my breath, I thought you were finally getting some joyous insight. I have no idea what you're talking about. Christine said, Vanessa is even more wonderful. John said, where's Arquette and Meanie? Dudes, show up. David is here. David said, you're sweet just for coming. Thank you. So you owe me an apology. John said, RJ, that reminds me of the Trollolo guy. I don't care for that guy. He was a little too much. Doral said, my headcanon now is that this singer is riding a cop motorcycle. Christine said, that has a strong Frasier singing Button and Bows energy. I'm going to see if there's a supercut of singing on Frasier. They do it a lot. I've lost my place. John said, David, love, brother. I watched Hannibal's new production. Wow, bro. Cool. What? Mason said, did you hear about Sebastian Maniscalco showing up at a Sebastian Maniscalco impression contest? What's up with all these memes? Christine said, sure, you'll be at New York City Comic Con. I'll be thriving in the metropolis of Fredericton, New Brunswick. Be jealous. It's beautiful out there. Leo said, oh, were you responsible for the Tony Schiavone Retro Florida segment? I wasn't, and I wish I was. I was not told about it at all, and I'm upset about it. My favorite part, and it bothers me, is that Tony was somehow dressing more in the past than he's ever been before. He couldn't just wear the same old clothes he had. Just do it from the era where you did the stuff. Christine said Harley and Willow Barter signed last weekend, and Harley came over to see us. She's a peach, isn't she? Mia said should have gone to Comic-Con instead of SmackDown, but I just needed a getaway with my girls. Red Dog said, no thanks. I want the original Jimmy Stewart Rear Window. He didn't have to struggle at all. Rob said, wait, what will you be actually doing at Comic-Con? So, I'll be signing. I don't know for who. I will have an exclusive event poster and an exclusive shirt that will only be sold there to Pro Wrestling Tees thing. They take this very seriously. There's also an AEW panel. I don't know if I'm doing it or what it is, but I'll be around. Leo said, I swear that security are usually people who can't pass the police train. Matt Sandy said, when I think of Raymond Burr, it must be often, I think of the cartoon version of him in the Godzilla episode Pinky and the Brain, where Burr just keeps saying, yes, yes, I see, and randomly play scenes. I really should go back and watch Pinky and the Brain. Beyond Animaniacs, which I loved. I didn't love the reboot. I have the whole thing on DVD. What am I doing? Leo said there was a Bryan Danielson tribute act called J.D. Bryan. Remember J.D. Michaels? It was a Shawn Michaels tribute act. And Shawn Michaels' alleged cousin, Michael Shane or something. And then there's always the generic cowboy act. I just watched Stan Hansen and I chewed tobacco. So what if I'm like him? Me said, what is our cheat meal for today? I have no idea. I've eaten like shit all week. So maybe nothing. Rob said, when I think of Raymond Burr, and I'm sure you often do, I wonder if he's the angry ginger comedian or the one who killed Hamilton in a duel. Then I remember it's neither. I mean, this isn't really a place, Rob, for you to just bust in and make fun of Raymond Burr. I thought we were having a really good discussion about his works and the different projects and what he meant to all of us. And it feels like Rob came in and said, this is my chance to show off and, be popular at someone else's expense, which I think is disrespectful to the legacy of Raymond Burr and his family and his cultural impact, but also the community as a whole. As people who, look, not everyone loves him. He was a divisive guy, Raymond Burr. But we at least appreciate the discourse about him. So for you to come in here and turn this into a cheap, tasteless joke really downgrades the depth that we were trying to achieve. So I'm going to say. Not mad. So I'm going to say. Me said, have you ever been to Foxtail Coffee? I have. I can't remember the last time. Is it in England? Is it? There's one that's I think I have. It's okay. There's like 3 coffee places that are good. Everything else is like just okay. Did Mick Jagger tribute singer also have a teenage girlfriend? Probably. Leo said fat old Elvis impersonators are embarrassing. David said, RJ, for appreciating Carmel Nation in general, try to be in the moment. Say thank you to the wind and trees. Play some folk music. Get a coffee from a local coffee shop. It's a sweet part. Okay, first of all, I play folk music all the fucking time. Paul Simon is default, and then I go other, rabbit holes. Some Dylan stuff. David Peel. What about that? You want to talk about some folkies, my friend? And also, yes, I get coffee from local coffee shops. One thing I don't do is say thank you to the wind and the trees. But I'm going to try today when it blows in my face. Thank you, wind. Thank you, trees. I'm gonna go on a fucking hike today and just say thank you to everything I see. Try to be in the moment. You, of all people, try to be in the moment. You can't sit still for 3 fucking seconds. Tell me to be in the moment. Guys fucking thanking trees. David, please, we need you to audition. Not now. I'm thanking the trees. Don't you understand? I've got a forest outside my window and it needs to be thanked. I can't talk right now. I'm in the moment. What do you mean? I'm in whatever moment I'm in is the moment I'm in. That's the choice. I'm in that moment. Be in the moment. Please unplug. We want you to be present. I'm present with what I'm doing. Find some redwoods. Yeah, has anyone seen Hello Birch? Find some redwoods. Yeah. Leo said, Frasier begged every attractive American middle-aged actress in the 90s he had game. It's really wild to line up people Frasier dated and people Seinfeld dated in the shows and be like, all right, buddy, calm down. Mia said, RJ's skin looks so soft. What kind of moisturizers do you use? Only one, and it's aloe vera, and I love it. David said, what movie? What are we talking about? Nell said, are you happy Eddie is back? He's not. Christine said, I would pay good money for video of RJ thanking the trees. Nell said, cameo request. Oh, I do have to do a cameo after this. Thank you for reminding me. Leo said, why didn't David Arquette have a guest spot on Frasier? Could have played the wacky radio host that Frasier feuds with. He's not that much. He's not a lines guy. Multicam, a little confused. Got to bring it in. Got to get close up. Ash said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. I slept in for once. Mia said, now I see why he's having a good morning. Nails, control your husband. David Arquette said, I don't think it was me in the Hannibal movie. I hope not. Nell said, Rob is a dickhead, so rude and disrespectful. Miss Annie said, there is a New Jersey-based indie wrestler who claimed to not copy Shawn Michaels, but changed his pants to the chap-style pants when Michaels did, and also had the same tattoo. There was another wrestler, I can't remember where, it was some indie, only been on a couple shows with him. He had the exact CM Punk trunks that were Bret Hart tribute trunks. So it was like the CM Punk trunks, but they had like the Bret, they were pink, and they had like the skulls and the lines on the side and the hearts. It was like an exact replica of CM Punk's Bret Hart trunks. And the guy looked like Jeffrey, the butler from Fresh Prince. So we called him CM Jeffries, just, in the car. Leo said, I've seen Jeff Hardy tribute acts who are usually fat and ugly. Jeff was the first crush of a lot of 90s kids and has always been there. What I love is that so many people were inspired by Jeff Hardy to be unique, and then all these people turned into Jeff Hardy. Every promotion always has also their one Sting, Kane, Undertaker guy. We're going to let one guy do the spooky shit. And there was one wrestler on any show I think he was debuting this spookiness. And it came out, creepy, fog machine, the whole routine. And his contacts had, one of those cool, scary contacts, fell out of his eye and onto the floor. And he picked it up and he went behind the curtain and he put it back in and made his entrance. I was like, this is the fucking best. Doral said, the folksman or get the fuck out. Blood on the coals. Leo said, stomp, clap, hey, modern folk music came from hell. I don't even consider that folk music. It's just acoustic shit. Remember George Costanza dating Marissa Tomei? Okay, but that was like the selling point and how absurd it was. There's other ones where you're like, it's like Jamie Gertz, and it's like, I'm supposed to just buy this? What was worse, said Leo, Keenan and Kel or Saved by the Bell? Saved by the Bell by far. John said, my mother loves Kelsey Grammer too much. David Arquette said, I've done multicam, I've done Blossom. David was on Blossom, and his character's name was David Slackmere, and he was selling fake IDs. Also, a short-lived shot called Double Rush. Let me look that up. Double Rush is an American sitcom that aired on CBS from January 4th to April 12th, 1995. The series stars Robert Pastorelli as as the manager of a bicycle messenger service in New York City. Directed by Michael Lembeck. Oh my God. Robert Pastorelli, David Arquette, Corin Bohr, Adam Goldberg, D.L. Hughley, Phil Leeds, the great Phil Leeds, and Sam Lloyd. So the synopsis is, as a young man in the 1960s, Johnny Verona had hoped to become a rock star. To earn the money he needed to buy a guitar previously owned by Jimi Hendrix, he took a job as a bicycle messenger for Ed Foley Couriers. After buying the guitar, he joined a rock band. So he's like a failed, the same way that, oh boy, I got to show these pictures. After 7 seasons after portraying house painter Eldon Bernecki on Murphy Brown from 88 to 94, Robert Pastorelli left the series to start his own show, Double Rush. Spike Jonze filmed the opening credits sequence. A review in Variety described Double Rush as an amiable new sitcom which lacked originality because of its obvious similarities to Taxi and Cheers. Everett described Lembeck as a canny director, and the writing of the first episode is skillful without overcrowding the plot, but doubted Double Rush's ability to succeed in the same time slot as ABC's Roseanne. Oh, boy. Are there any that are unaired? Oh, there is one that's unaired. David, you should track this down. The final episode, episode 13, Crimes and Mrs. D'Amato, has not been aired. That's a shame. Let's show everybody a picture of Double Rush, which doesn't even... It's not high quality enough. You know, you can't even get a high quality photo. Here we go. Huh? Is he ready to deliver messages via bike? And he was a cool rock star guy. And D.L. Hughley is, quite frankly, unrecognizable. Phil Leeds always looks like Phil Leeds. Holy shit. I can't wait for this. It's got to be an intro. It's gonna be great. I also did Friends where I was a stalker, and it just recently occurred to me that the writers were trolling me. Yeah, I know. It's hard to catch the subtlety and nuance of Friends. Christine said, I might feel too guilty asking him to do that cameo when he's busy. I'll see his face. The Boogeyman was the worst legend in wrestling history, said Leo. Very impassioned. Leo said, I want good AEW plushies. What do you want from me? Dara said, I remember Double Rush. I was 12 and in love with David. James said, remember when Julia Roberts dated Lyle Lovett? I had a hard time believing that one. I didn't. I think she's weird. Christine said, Robert Pastorelli from Murphy Browns. Leo said, which AEW wrestlers would make good plushies? Jeff Jarrett. Taz, an angry Taz plushie would be great. Leo said, I think WWE has an exclusive deal with Funko. I don't know how this fucking works. Let's call the lawyer and we'll ask these questions. Christine said, when the Giants lost to the Chiefs, what the fuck? I'm not answering football questions. What is going on here? Me said, oh, we're getting extra minutes before. Well, I was so impassioned about Double Rush. John said, David, that should be your avatar. You should post about it, David. I'm going to send you the Double Rush pictures. You can post about it. Rob said, did everyone see they are bringing back Scrubs with the full original cast? Rob, again, this isn't about you. We're talking about Double Rush right now. Robert Pastorelli, Phil Leeds. It's not about fucking Scrub. Fucking Zach Braff. Listen to his fucking bullshit. This isn't a platform for your Scrubs agenda. Walter said, hi, RJ. AEW Collision was good last night. Thanks. Joe said, not sure if it's true or not, but what are your thoughts on Keenan doing a Macho Man bio? My understanding is that it is correct. I wonder how deep it'll go. There's a lot of mysterious, unanswered shit. The biopics are very hard. I can't think of one I've enjoyed in the past 20 years, except for the Laurel and Hardy one I thought was very good. It's just biopics are hard. Wrestling biopics are even more difficult. And it's like, who's playing this person? Who's playing? They never look quite right. And it's also wrestling so ridiculous. So it's hard for him. If you're acting in it, Randy Savage is just essentially bad acting. So it's hard to be like, I'm a good bad actor and underplay. It's just too many levels. Leo said, I have a Jeff Jarrett plush from WCW. I'm going to need a picture. John said, I had that Slapnuts guitar foam thing from 2000. Walter said, I will watch the new AEW with Komander. Prisma has been a member for 25 months. And happy cultiversary to me. Can I get a song to sing us out at the end of the show? Yes. Yes, you can. Let me think. Give me 2 seconds. Rob said, Robert Pasquarelli sounds like a guy from T-Birds in Greece. You think of Eddie Deason. Everyone's booing Rob. David said, we developed that Macho Man film and they cut us out. What the fuck? What's wrong with these people? Is it maybe because you owned his outfit and took it to Burning Man? Leo said he sent me a picture of the plushie. Here's the Jeff Jarrett Slapnuts plushie. That's a piece of art. That's just fucking beautiful. So I guess now we can't watch this Macho Man movie and fucking protest. No one loves Macho Man like Randy. No one loves Randy Savage like David. He contacted him in a seance, which you can watch on YouTube. You can look it up. Oh God, what song can I sing that I would enjoy? David said, not sure. Happens all the time. People stink. I feel like I just have the same 3 songs in my head, and I hate it. It's really bothering me. I think I have to get new songs to sing. I'm gonna just try to. Okay, all right. Focus on yourself. Sing a song. Sing it loud. Sing it strong. Sing of good things, not bad. Sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Sing a song. 2, 3. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sing. David said, we got to have a Zoom with Lanny Poffo before he passed. So for that, I'm grateful. And the best part is, I don't know if you know this, David, he could suck his own dick. Well, that is the show. And I would implore you, you now have the extra time to go watch the latest AEW with Komander. And unfortunately, Alex Abrahantes. Go like it, go watch it, go comment, go share. Go tell Komander it was great. Go tell AEW this is important programming. Let's get a final look at these. You have until the end of today. Do your Ask RJ. I'll do it tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be okay. In the meantime, fuck the people who are making the Randy Savage movie. Godspeed.